Welcome back to the channel. We're back with our Final Fantasy Commander deck profile with Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. For 3 and a white, you get a 3/3 with, during your turn, Dion and other knights you control are flying, and when Dion enters, create a 2/2 white knight creature token. You pay 6 to transform him into Bahamut, Warden of Light, a 5/5 with flying, where during the first 2 turns he's out, you put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. And you pay 3. Destroy target permanent, exile his card, and returns to the battlefield. He does exile himself to return himself transformed, so you want to make sure you have a way to give him haste so he could swing in as his flying form as well. Ways to make sure we're just having as many knights as possible to have as many creatures to swing in on our opponent. Personally, like with this deck, I do just like to keep him on the front side and not bother with transforming him in order to make sure that we just have ways to have our knights with flying so that they can swing in for a bunch of damage. I do get the purpose of transforming him because you get more and more knights when he gets exiled and returns to the battlefield, but just having that flying ability is nice as well. This one was requested down there in the comment section, so if anyone else has decks they'd like to see commanders for, or commanders they'd like to see decks for, leave it down there in the comment section. We'll do our best to see what we can build. But let's get into it card by card. Starting us off, we have a Chroma's Memorial. Creature control have flying, first strike, vigilance, tramp, haste, and protection from black and red. We want to make sure our creatures can swing in without as much opposition as possible. They are only 2/2s. We do have ways to give them a little bit more power in the deck, which we'll be getting to soon. But we want to make sure that we can just swing in with as many as possible and not have to worry about too much. This also helps us make sure to have the flying. This way, even if we do want to transform Dion into Bahamut, we still have that flying. Arcane Signet for a little bit of mana. Banner Kinship. We're going to be creating plenty of 2/2 Knight tokens, just general Knights in this deck. So, as we create more and more, we get more and more counters on Banner Kinship, which means more and more power and toughness for our Knights. Door of Destinies. Creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+1 for each charge counter on Door of Destinies, and you get a charge counter anytime you cast a Knight spell. We're going to choose Knights for this card specifically, because that's the type of deck we're running in this one. Herald's Horn. Our Knights cost 1 less to cast, and if we have a Knight on top of our deck during our upkeep, we get to show it to our opponent and put it right into our hand. And this way we could then cast it later and, get a charge counter to our Destinies from it. Heraldic Banner. We're only in mono white, so we're going to choose white. Creatures control the chosen color get +1/+0, giving it a little bit of stat boost, making it even easier to swing on our opponent for that damage that we need to finish them off, and a little bit of mana while we're at it. Icon of Ancestry. Choose a creature type, aka Knight. Creatures you control the chosen type get +1/+1. And you pay 3 mana, look at the top card of your library. May reveal a creature card. Top 3 cards of your library, sorry. Creature of chosen type, put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. We do only have like 19 Knights in this deck in total because we do create a lot of Knight tokens. But still, being able to draw those Knights does help us out a whole bunch. Lightning Greaves, like I said, we want to make sure that Dion can swing the turn. Sorry, Bahamut can swing the turn he comes down with that stat line. So we do have Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots in here to make sure he gets that haste. And also just a layer of protection is good, even if we're not trying to swing the turn he comes in. Marble Diamond for that little bit of ramp. Mind Stone for some mana. Catcher's Monument. Like I said, we have 19 White Knights, but still having a little bit of cost reduction helps us out a lot. And also creating us more soldier tokens, which may come in handy for some other purposes we'll get to later in the video. Patchwork Banner. Our Knights get +1/+1, and we get a little bit of extra mana here. Pearl Medallion for a little bit of cost reduction. Sigiled Sword of Valoran. Equip creatures +2/+0 and has vigilance as a knight in addition to its other types, getting us more knights, allowing us to get that flying off of Dion's ability. Whenever a equipped creature attacks, create a 2/2 knight creature token with vigilance that's attacking, allowing us an extra knight. It also has the flying, making it harder for our opponents to protect from it. Soul Ring for some mana, Swiftfoot Boots for that haste. Swordy Animus getting us another land. We are in mono white, and we don't necessarily have that much ramp, so we'll take what we get. The Circle of Loyalty. Costs 1 less to cast for each knight you control, which, probably just end up costing you 2 white. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. AKA, now when Dion enters, you get 2 knights. Or, maybe one of our other legendary creatures. Could also be like one of our legendary artifacts if we have more of those, like Sword of the Animus. And you pay 4 to get another knight, helping you get more tokens onto the battlefield, help you benefit there as well. Journey Eldraine, really good ramp spell there for our monocolored decks. A little bit of draw power while we're at it. Urza's Incubator, making it even cheaper to cast our night spells. And Vanquisher's Banner, allowing some draw power anytime we cast a night spell on top of that. Onto the knights. Oh, sorry, my mouse is acting weird. Creatures, we have Acclaimed Contender. Enters the battlefield, you control another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put a knight into your hand, or a legendary artifact. We don't really have any. Well, I guess we do have some equipments too. We don't really have any auras though. But still, some good draw power there, helping us get some card advantage. Adeline, Resplendent Kadar, she's a knight herself. Helps us get some additional. Nope, not knights, they're just humans. But yeah, helps us get some extra creature tokens onto the battlefield. Helps her power herself up, really benefits a lot off of having a lot of creatures on the battlefield, which this deck tends to do. Bossier's Lieutenant, another knight. Enters with a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. Whenever another creature control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, get you another knight token with vigilance as well, helping you get more knights to fly in with Dion's ability. Benalis, Marshall, other creatures get +1/+1, allowing you that those knights to be juries now. Let's see it. Also a knight himself. Chocobo Knights, I bet that's a knight. That is. Whenever you attack creatures you control with counters on them, gain double strike till end of turn. We don't really have that many ways to put counters on creatures, but this being a knight is super helpful, especially with the few ways that we do have to get some counters on stuff. Diamond Knight, Vigilance. As this enters the battlefield, choose a color. We're going to choose white. As you cast a spell of the chosen color, put a +1/+1 counter on this card. It gets a double strike thanks to Chocobo Knights. Gallant Cavalry, Vigilance. I get you another knight onto the battlefield. Also, Vigilance. Sorry, my mouse is really acting weird. Guardian of Fate, Flash, Vigilance. Enters the battlefield, any number of target creatures you control phase out, giving that layer protection, has the flash, so we're able to do that when our opponent casts their board wipe. Like to see it. Hero Blade Hold, Battle Cry, helping your creatures get even stronger. Getting some soldier tokens, I mean, they're tapped and attacking, it's creature tokens. We just have benefits for tokens in general with this deck. Kinsabel Cavalry, night creatures control have double strike. Means our opponent tends not to want to block them, because they don't want to do the math. We don't either. We're not doing it for them. Knight Exemplar, other knights get +1/+1, have indestructible. Really helpful there, helps us get around board wipes, helps us, swing in with less worry. Knight of the New Coalition, enters the battlefield, get another knight token with vigilance. We have plenty of ways to create some knight tokens. Knight of White Orchid, another source of ramp, along with being a knight. Moonshaker Cavalry, a knight that also gives us the Creator of Behemoth effect. We have a whole bunch of knights that are going to be on the battlefield. They already have the flying, but giving them the +X/+X in order to swing over our opponent's stuff. That's going to be endgame for them, probably. Paladin Dance, Steel Maverick. Each creature you control that's an artifact or human gains indestructible until end of turn. We do have quite a few humans. It's also a knight itself, so we get those knights benefits. Vigilance, Lifelink, all fun stuff. Silverwing Squadron, Flying, Vigilance, Power, and Toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. We have plenty of ways to create tokens, so this will get quite strong. Summon knights around. That's the knight. Creates you more knights. And then other creatures you control get +2/+2 to end the turn. Put an unchargeable counter on each of them, making it so that we can swing in with all those knights for a lot of damage if this could survive 5 turns. If you get to turn 13. Valiant Knight, other knights get +1/+1. Knights you control gain double strike if you pay to 5. We're going to want to save that 5 mana to do that, so that we can swing on our opponent for a lot of damage, and damage they don't want to protect. And Worthy Knight, whenever you cast a Night spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token. But overall, like I said, we have plenty of ways to benefit off of getting those creature tokens. On to our enchantments, we have Kadar's Crusade. Like I said, we have the Chocobo Knights on this one. So, Getting that extra double strike is helpful for us there as well. And also just another way to benefit our knights, since we're going to be creating a bunch of them. Just make sure you have your dice handy if you're wanting to run this one. Chivalric Alliance, whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, which we have plenty of creatures to... and then we have Flowering in the White Tree, in order to give our creatures a little bit more of a stat boost, along with giving our legendary creatures even more of a stat boost on top of that. History Benalia, giving us some more knight creature tokens, along with benefit for our knights on top of those knights. Takacious Welcome for a little bit of draw power while we're at it. On to our second half of the deck. We have Chroma's Will. Like I said, we want to make sure we could swing in with our knights to make sure we're dealing as much damage as possible. So let's give them Double Strike, Flying, Vigilance, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Protection from all colors. And they shall no fear. Choose a creature type, aka our knight. They all get +1/+0 and Indestructible, giving us that layer of protection that we want. Battle menu, getting us some more knights, along with some more stats if we need them. Ephemerate, a way to blink Dion or get some more knights while we're at it. Flawless Maneuver for some protection. Generous Gift for some removal. Restoration Magic for some protection. Sword Splashes for some removal. Virtual Loyalty, more knights, we like to see it. Elspeth Stormslayer, we're going to be creating a lot of knight tokens, so let's double up the number of tokens. I mean, in theory, you could run more and more token doublers, but just wanted to run one in this one. Austere Command for a board wipe. Bond of Discipline. Tap all creatures your opponents control. Creatures control gain lifelink, making them into holy knights, essentially. Call to Cavalry. More knights. Farewell. Another board wipe. Mass Calcify. Destroy all our opponents' creatures. None of ours. Ravnica War. Exile all our opponents' stuff. None of ours, potentially. Righteous Confluence. More knights. Let's see it. Valiant Endeavor. Oh, there we are. Get some more knights. And then Vanquish the Horde for another board wipe. But that's the deck there. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like the video. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day.